Hi, I'm Tom Kalmer. I'm Kungarakan and Iwija from the Northern Territory, but I'm also the National Coordinator for Tackling Indigenous Smoking. So this series of videos has got a little bit for everybody, be you a smoker or a non-smoker, in a way to live a long and healthy life. It's a very important resource because what we're trying to do is to be able to provide information that helps any person understand the benefits of not smoking and to recognise that we're not alone, that there is some support out there. And so we've got a lot of people who are either non-smokers or have given up smoking who really put themselves out to be champions, to be role models, to be able to encourage others to think about their life journey without cigarettes. So come on, join us to make Australia, to make Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander world a smoke-free world.
I think pregnancy definitely is an encouragement for women to quit smoking because they're not just quitting for themselves, they're quitting for their new baby. Trying to get women to engage early in their pregnancy with their health providers is really important, and we encourage that nationally. Once they make that connection with their health service, then they have that conversation around tobacco, and that's when so many more supports can come in to help that woman. Pregnant women have so much more opportunity to engage different health services because they're seeing different health providers during their pregnancy. So it's a really good opportunistic time to work with them and to make that quit journey.
My name's Janaea Hall. I'm a Ngarrindjeri woman from Rauken, and I'm a Tackling Indigenous Smoking Project Officer at the Aboriginal Health Council of South Australia. So my main portfolio is working with women and pregnant mums. Before visiting a service, I would make contact with a CEO or an Aboriginal health worker and just find out what groups they run, different activities that they've got going on, go in for a meet and greet to introduce myself, tell them what I do, who I am and how I can support them.
It's getting a relationship with the woman first and, obviously just having a general conversation about where they're from and, how many children they've got, and that's just getting that rapport, making that connection. So it's around education, and once you give that education to the mother and to the family and to her community, once they have that knowledge on board, they understand why it's so important for that mum to make a quit attempt and for the community to not smoke around her either.
So with the education sessions that I've done in the past, we cover the history, nicotine addiction, the withdrawals as well, the effects on passive smoking and the effects on the children. Then we go into different diseases as such. So there could be heart disease, all the different lung cancers, eye health. Like we cover a range of things because it's all associated with smoking. So at the moment, I'm running a quit challenge with some women from the Riverland. So it's an 8-week challenge and I do a fortnightly visit. So we started off doing education on smoking, the addiction side of things, and then we decided if we're going to do the challenge or not. The second visit, I took out some NRT information for them and a smoking chart so they can keep track of how many smokes they're smoking a day. And just had a yarning circle to see how everyone will cope, what they need to do, if they want to use NRT or go cold turkey. And then from there, I'm doing follow-up visits every 2 weeks. So each community is different. That's why I go in and consult with them and see what they want to do and what will work well.
My name's Renee Jessica Andrew, Nee Coulthard. I'm from the Flinders Ranges. I'm an Adyamathanha and Quiani woman. So I started smoking at the age of around 16, so it was more of a social, trying to be cool. I have 6 beautiful children, so every time I fell pregnant, I never smoked. I smoked for stress reasons.
So I'm an ex-smoker. I've relapsed, I've smoked again, I've stopped. I had a grandmother that I cared for who passed away from lung cancer, and I just go out and share those stories with them.
The smoke analyzer tool is really, really, really important tool. So this tool here monitors carbon monoxide, which is one of the deadly poisons in a cigarette. But the beauty about my smoke analyzer is it actually monitors the carbon monoxide in the mother, but also in the baby as well. So a mother might be a regular smoker, say 10, 15 a day. She might blow, on the smoke analyzer chart, she might blow about 15 to 20, but her baby normally would blow much more. They look and they really engage and go, wow, my baby's a heavily addicted smoker.
My name's Tia Rickett and my family is from Point Pearce and Rauken. I started smoking when I was about 14. That was just through peer pressure in high school. I had my first pregnancy in 2016. I think for like the first couple of weeks, I struggled, like the thought of, just the habit of, I just had dinner, now I'll go for a smoke.
So it's about learning what your trigger factors are and dissociating them. So start to think about, right, if I can't have my cigarette with a coffee and a phone, is it really worth me smoking? Carry chewing gum with you. Carry fruit sticks, carrot sticks, having different diversional therapies, going for a walk, get support where you can. So it's different strategies work with different women, but it's really about the individual and making them think about how they're going to improve their health and the health of their baby. And having that healthy baby is so important.
When talking to somebody about quit attempts, I always tell them that it's a positive. A lot of people relapse and, it takes 20 times before they're able to quit completely, but any attempts are positive. So working alongside pregnant mums, a lot of them don't realise that they're able to actually use some NRTs. So a lot of the time I'm giving them education and telling them to go and see their doctors as well to see what they're able to use, because obviously it's safer for them to use a patch which just has nicotine in it rather than smoking a cigarette with all the different chemicals that are in a cigarette.
Nicotine is also not good for the body, but also we're talking about harm minimisation, if they use nicotine replacement therapy to help them make that quit journey, they're not having all those other poisons. So combination therapy is when an individual might want to use a different sorts of nicotine replacement therapy. They may find that they use the patches, but then they may have that only on for a few hours a day and might want to use the gum as well or the spray. But as I said, it's really important to know how many milligrams of nicotine people are getting. So if they are using combination therapy, it does work well with some people, but certainly to have that guidance of your GP.
In regards to smoke-free environments, I go into communities and talk to the women about smoking in their home and cars and around kids. I just give them the education, on passive smoking and how dangerous it can be for the young ones and non-smokers as well.
I think for the quit journey, it takes a community to support that woman. It's the people around her that need to, make that quit attempt, not smoke near the mother.
So I have an auntie that comes in to my home while I'm at work. I had to come up with a way of being respectful to her and having that yarn with her. As I approached her, I thought the best way to do it is make it look like I've learnt something for today. So I went home, I said, guess what, auntie? I said, when you smoke and you go back inside the house, you've got all these particles on your hands and, it goes on to food or it goes on to like even baby skin when you're changing nappies and stuff. And I had that talk with her and her face just lit up like she learnt something too, and it was a really good conversation.
We're definitely seeing a lot of change, with people not smoking in their cars anymore or smoking in their house. Everyone's smoking outdoors. They have dedicated smoke areas now. A lot of men are looking to change their habits when realising that it's very dangerous to their babies. They're wanting to kick the habit because they know that they're bringing a baby into this world as well. And that works with the mothers and the fathers. When working with the children, it's always positive messaging that they take home to their families, what they can get if they're not smoking, the different benefits of quitting and the effects that it has on them if they quit. So it's always positive.
Positive reinforcement, in my experience, is 100% the way to go. It's talking about the benefits, talking about what they're going to achieve in their quit journey by giving up smoking. Looking great, feeling great, living longer.
So we speak with the women as well about the benefits of quitting smoking, the fact of how much more energy they'll have, how much better they'll feel, and the risks of those diseases decrease. And we definitely go through those because it's an important part of things.
I think one of the challenges, though, is once the mothers have their babies and deliver their babies, quite often then they need that ongoing support. They've had that quit attempt during their pregnancy, but once they have the baby, they sometimes lapse and start smoking again. So it's being able to work with them through their pregnancy, but then working with them post-pregnancy as well to avoid that lapse.
When working with community members, it's really important to not be judgmental and just go through that journey with them, be there with them.
There's a lot of support out there for someone that's going to quit. In the long run, it's going to be, saving you money, It's going to make you healthier. You can breathe easily.
So the real important thing with TES workers, which is a real benefit in helping all community, is the connection. That initial connection that they get with the individual, with the community, is so important. And the TES workers know the community and they know the people, and having that connection, earning that respect and being genuine and caring, they want people to have a good, healthy lifestyle, and being able to have that genuine support is so critical for the success of the program. I really believe if we're going to close the gap in improving Aboriginal health, we need to get healthy babies from the word go, from the baby, when the baby's conceived, right through to when it's born. We have to get healthy babies born to healthy mothers in healthy communities. And by making sure they're all smoke-free and not smoking around that mother is really important.